Hey there, Trailblazers, I hope you guys are all doing well. So I am pretty sure that you clicked on this video because you're likely pretty curious about the new upcoming character banners coming to Honkai Star Rail, and thus want to save all of your stellar jades accordingly in order to pull for your favorite unit, right? Well, you're definitely in the right place, because today we're going to go over the full upcoming banner roadmap for the game between version 4.1 to version 4.3. We'll be breaking down both the brand new limited characters arriving in each patch, as well as the RERUN banners expected to run alongside them, so you can get a clearer picture of what your pull priorities might look like over the next few updates. But first, let me ask you an interesting question. So, do you want to pull for the new upcoming characters, but you find the in-game prices too expensive? Well, you're in luck. ldshop.gg provides you with a big 35% discount on every top-up compared to the in-game prices. LD Shop includes support for all the big mobile games like Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail, PUBG Mobile, and Mobile Legends. Let's try to buy an express pass from LD Shop for $4.08, which costs about $5 in-game for comparison. Just enter your server and UID and your purchase should be sent straight to your in-game account. After just waiting a couple of minutes, I received my Express Pass top-up. Additionally, users that spend a total of $80 in a single month will now be able to claim a monthly pass of their choice free of charge on the homepage. And if you use my coupon code from the link in the description and pinned comment, you'll get another 15% off on top of all of the other discounts. Before we begin, let me just give a usual disclaimer that all of the information presented in this video is taken from various sources as well as my own personal speculation, and things can always change at any point. So take all of this with a grain of salt until the updates actually go live. With all of that out of the way, let's begin without wasting any more of your precious time. Starting with version 4.1. Phase 1 is expected to introduce Ashvale as the new limited 5-star character. Ashvale is a new lightning unit following the path of the hunt, but unlike a traditional hunt hypercarry, he plays more of a sub-DPS and team enabler role. He revolves around marking enemies and triggering enhanced follow-up attacks, while also providing supportive utility to other allies that can capitalize on those marks. That makes him particularly interesting because he doesn't just slot into a team as a main damage dealer and done. Instead, his value scales depending on how well your team can utilize follow-up and coordinated attacks. In other words, he may not be the most straightforward unit to build around, but he could offer very strong long-term synergy potential. As for the RERUN banners for this update, alongside Ashvale in Phase 1 of version 4.1, the RERUN banner is expected to feature Fei Xiao. Fei Xiao was once one of the most consistent single-target follow-up damage dealers in the game. And while she doesn't perform as great anymore due to the game's constant power creep and HP inflation, when paired with the new Ashvale, she will likely be making a huge comeback and become much more viable again. So if you skipped her during her original run, this RERUN is a very safe opportunity to strengthen your roster with a proven DPS option. And because Ashvale also interacts with follow-up mechanics, Fei Xiao will be a pretty decent unit to be paired with him at least until he gets his rumored best in slot follow-up DPS in the future. While in Phase 2 of the patch, the RERUN banner is rumored to feature Boothill. Boothill is well known for his boss-clearing potential and break-oriented playstyle. He thrives in single-target scenarios and rewards precise timing and investment. For players who enjoy methodical and high-damage setups focused on breaking enemies efficiently, Boothill's RERUN is a big deal. Overall, version 4.1 feels very damage-focused. You have a synergy-based hunt unit entering the roster, paired with 2 very strong and established single-target DPS RERUNs. This is the kind of patch where newer players might look to secure their first top-tier carry, while veterans might consider whether synergy depth is worth investing in. Now, let's move on to version 4.2, which is shaping up to be one of the biggest patches of the 4X cycle. In Phase 1 of version 4.2, we're expected to see the new SP version for Silverwolf to debut as the new limited character. This SP version is rumored to shift her role significantly compared to her original form, as instead of being primarily a debuff-focused utility unit, Silver Wolf's SP is expected to function as an elation-based main DPS, built around stacking shared mechanics like punchline stacks and triggering amplified burst windows. If this ends up being accurate, she could become one of the central pillars of elation teams going forward. SP variants usually modernize or elevate a character's design, and if the new Silver Wolf variant lands well, she may define the direction of team building for multiple patches. Then in Phase 2 of version 4.2, we're expected to see Evanesha as the new limited banner. She's rumored to be a physical element unit following the path of elation. And much like the new Silver Wolf SP, she appears to operate as a main DPS within mono-elation setups. What makes this particularly interesting is that we're potentially getting two DPS characters in the same patch that benefit from similar archetypes. That creates a major decision point. Do you choose one and build around them fully? Or do you attempt to pull both and split your investment? Historically, patches structured like this tend to drain a lot of Stellar Jades from players who try to have everything. As for the RERUN banner lineup for this update, running alongside the new Silver Wolf in Phase 1 is the very first RERUN for Sparksy. This pairing makes a lot of strategic sense. Sparksy has strong synergy with buff stacking and team-wide amplification mechanics, so if Silver Wolf's SP leans heavily into that archetype, Sparksy's value increases even more. For players who skipped Sparksy the first time, this RERUN might feel almost mandatory if you're planning to commit to elation-style teams. Alongside Evanesha in Phase 2, the RERUN banner is expected to feature Yao Guang. Yao Guang is another strong synergy unit who fits naturally into elation-based teams and buff-driven setups. This is the classic banner strategy of introducing a new DPS alongside a RERUN of a strong enabler that complements them. This increases the overall pull value of the phase and tempts players to commit more resources than originally planned. So overall, version 4.2 looks extremely synergy-heavy. It's not just about raw power, but about committing to a specific team archetype. If you're not interested in elation-style comps, this might be a patch to partially skip. But if you are, this is probably the most important stretch of banners in the 4X roadmap. Now, let's talk about version 4.3. In Phase 1 of version 4.3, the new limited unit that is expected to debut is the new SP variant for Blade. While we don't have much info on this unit for now since his release is still quite a while away, he is rumored to follow the path of erudition, so he'll likely still play the role of some type of either main or sub-DPS, but with much wider AoE attacks. SP variants are always interesting because they can either push a character back into meta-relevance or create entirely new build paths. Blade's SP will likely appeal to players who enjoyed his original design, but wanted smoother execution or stronger synergy options. Either way, Phase 1 of 4.3 looks like it will offer a mix of offensive and supportive flexibility rather than pure damage stacking. Then in Phase 2 of version 4.3, we're expecting Pearl to debut as a new limited preservation unit. Pearl being part of the IPC Stone Hearts and potentially filling a defensive role suggests we may see a shift back toward mitigation and survivability in the meta. If recent content trends continue increasing in difficulty, a strong preservation unit can end up being more valuable long-term than another DPS. Defensive units often age better because they stabilize teams across multiple archetypes rather than locking you into one specific damage style. Moving on to the RERUN banners for this patch. Along with Blade's banner in Phase 1, I could see either Hyacinth or Tribi rerunning alongside him. Hyacinth offers strong sustain and offensive utility, making her a valuable comfort pick for tougher content. Tribi, on the other hand, leans more into utility and team interaction depending on how your roster is structured. Running alongside Pearl in Phase 2 is the RERUN of Castorice. Castorice remains a powerful AoE-oriented DPS with strong burst potential and flexibility across various team builds. Her rerun gives players who missed her another opportunity to secure a high-impact damage dealer, even in a phase primarily centered around a defensive newcomer. When you really look at version 4.1 through 4.3 as a whole, you can tell this lineup is meant to make you think carefully. Each patch brings something different to the table and shifts the focus in its own way. So this isn't just about pulling the newest character because they look strong or exciting. It's about stepping back for a second and being honest about where your account stands right now. What are you actually missing? What would make your teams feel more complete? If you try to summon on every single banner, you're probably going to run out of Stellar Jades at the worst possible moment. And that's always when something you really want shows up. So the smarter approach here is simple. Plan ahead and be realistic about your savings while focusing on the banners that truly improve your roster instead of chasing every bit of hype that comes along. So that's everything we currently know about the upcoming banner roadmap for Honkai Star Rail between version 4.1 to version 4.3. If you found this breakdown helpful, feel free to leave a like. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to stay up to date with all the latest HSR banner news and information. That's it for now, so I'll be seeing you guys in the next video.